Pep Guardiola admits City players got anxious against Crystal Palace. Few people would expect to see the number 17 flash up on the fourth official's board when Pep Guardiola turns to his bench to change a game. Taking off Kevin De Bruyne when a goal down and a man light would usually be considered sacrilege. Manchester City are more likely to force the issue with him on the pitch, that much is obvious. Particularly when met with stoic, low blocks. There have been countless occasions when De Bruyne's brilliance has altered the course of a fixture and changed the landscape of days such as this, with an exasperated City simply never look like breaking through. Slapping an equalizer in from nowhere, splitting a defense wide open, charging through midfield to inject energy. So it felt significant that Guardiola's first roll of the dice was to call time on De Bruyne's afternoon, bringing on John Stones and shifting Joao Cancelo into midfield just before the hour. This is a man who, if he makes it to a decade with the club, is surely destined for a statue, and they would rather him on the pitch. Not on Saturday, clearly. Crystal Palace strangled City's space and countered effectively, deserving of the points that act as a feather in Patrick Vieira's cap. For City, this was not a De Bruyne problem, rather indicative of the travails this team can suffer on occasion. They do not happen too often, making days such as these all the more glaring, and that Manchester United can go level on points with them by winning the derby at Old Trafford next week feels plainly absurd. City find themselves in that position because they force this game too much. And when things are forced, De Bruyne is often seen as the most obvious culprit by virtue of the improvised way in which he plays the game. In many ways, his ingenuity has always been at odds with the manager's very meticulous game plans, and the relative freedom afforded to him has given City an extra dimension. "Everything we have done in these years is thanks to a person like him," Guardiola said. "He is trying more and more every single day. We know how difficult it is to maintain high levels, but it's not just him." The 30-year-old has struggled with injuries this year and only recently returned to proper match fitness. Guardiola's strategy has been to persevere with him in a bid to regain his rhythm, but you wonder whether he may be in need of a brief rest. De Bruyne, in essence, looks as if he is trying too hard, although he is certainly not alone in that. How City chased an equalizer after Wilfried Zaha's sixth-minute opener was scattered. Guardiola knows that. The players wanted to score a goal a little bit quicker and do it a little bit anxiously, he said, agreeing that crosses were chucked into the box with too much haste. "We didn't create much. We have to be precise, in good positions, and we could not do it." He remained at a loss to explain how they can go from scoring a bucket load one week to none the next. It does feel as if panic sets in when they go behind, especially if the opposition's final third is packed with 9 outfield players. To be fair to Palace, they didn't give City time to dwell on the ball. It was fitting that Palace's best player, Conor Gallagher, swept in their second goal late on after an outstanding performance in midfield. But Guardiola requires more on a consistent basis in an attacking sense. Only Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva have hit anywhere near their best so far this term. There will be an expectation that Jack Grealish, the most expensive Englishman in history, begins to back up encouraging performances with an end product. Attackers signed by Guardiola take a while to settle. Riyad Mahrez was only truly comfortable a year after his arrival. Guardiola wants the £100 million signing to trust himself more, and it has been a surprise to watch the attacker opt to pass inside the box time and again rather than shooting. With the confidence and a little bit more time, he will be aggressive to take his own decisions to score a goal, Guardiola said. But when he gets the ball, it always has sense with everything